All right, guys. So today I want to go over something that happened a few weeks ago. It's not trending on the current news this week, but it's still relevant. Something I just wanted to go over with you guys. So this girl right here, Ebony Davis, she was I don't know what type of content she creates. I haven't really looked at her Instagram, but she lost a 5-figure brand deal for posting a scandalous photo, let's just call it, posting a scandalous photo, and she blamed it all on racism and it's racism. She blamed it all on racism, no accountability. So if you haven't heard about this, if you haven't seen it, you're gonna find out today. Before I start the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now let's get into it.
I'd like to take a minute to discuss the harsh reality that Black content creators face. I recently lost out on a 5-figure brand deal for posting this picture with this caption.
Now pause right there. The caption is, my N-word took this pic. Something like that. My N-word took this photo. And then you got her dressed up in like I said, this is a scandalous photo. Now, I haven't been on her Instagram. I don't know what other kind of pictures she has. I don't think she lost out on the deal for what she's wearing. I think she lost out on a deal strictly for the caption. And to be honest, I wouldn't call this racism. It's things we don't know, right? Like there could have been contract stipulations and things like that inside of her contract. I'm sure the contract didn't say don't say the N-word. But it's just not professional. It's just not professional. That'd be like if white people go into the corporate world acting like hillbillies, drinking beer and shit like that. Like, it's just not professional. You got a brand deal. If that is a white guy signing your check, like, why would they want to? It's a certain image they want to uphold. They don't want to ghetto up their company. Call it what you want. Call me a coon or whatever you want, but it's a time and a place for the N-word. And I understand it's your Instagram, but when you have a brand deal, when another company's image is tied to your image on Instagram and they pay you, you have a deal, you can't just post what you want. See, me, I don't have a brand deal. I could post whatever I want. Most people don't have brand deals. They could post whatever they want, and they only got to deal with the feedback from people. But she has money tied up into her page and into her image. But let's go on and see what she has to say.
Nowhere in the contract were there any stipulations given around what kind of content I could post, except for the branded content, which would be approved by the company. As for my personal content, nothing was said. After posting that picture and posting that caption, I received a phone call from my agent saying that the company thought it was inappropriate.
Well, yeah, of course. The N-word makes white people feel uncomfortable. Like, you can't just be throwing this word around. Like I said, it's a time and a place. It's a time and a place for this. And she didn't understand. Like, it's different if you're a Cardi B or, I don't know, a Beyonce or something. Like, these girls have a lot more, they can pull a lot more strings, right? They have a little bit more leeway. But I've never heard of Ebony Davis. I don't know who she is. From a financial perspective, I don't know nothing about her life, what type of job she has, but I would say she was fortunate, fortunate to get a 5-figure brand deal. But like I said, she doesn't have the same leverage that a Cardi B has. You can't just come out here and say whatever you want and expect for you to still come out unscathed. The company that cut the deal with her thought that was inappropriate. I don't blame them. If that's not what they want their brand being associated with, then it is what it is. She's probably not the only Black creator, content creator, influencer. There's probably other Black content creators that they sponsor as well, that they still sponsor because they didn't post nothing like that. But let's keep going.
And I just want to take a second to unpack that. When I read that caption, I read a playful articulation of the love I have for my man. It's been generally agreed upon by the Black community for decades that the N-word isn't derogatory. It's a term of endearment. And that brings us to the photo. Yet again.
It's a term of endearment. It's not derogatory. I mean, look, my thought on it, I think it'd probably be better off if we just didn't use, like, black people didn't use the word at all. But I mean, let's be real, that's probably not going to happen. But again, like I said, a time and a place.
And when I look at this picture, I see playfulness. I see a black girl living her best life, having fun. There's nothing inappropriate about it to me, especially not in the world we live in today.
I don't see her having fun. I don't see her living her best life. She just in a bathing suit and she took a picture. Like, and then she got the M word in the caption. My thing is, I just don't understand why she's so shocked, why she's so surprised. Like she said, okay, the black community understands it's a term of endearment, but white people don't see that word that way. You know, you can't just be saying it wherever and whenever, especially if you have a brand deal. You got to be professional. You got to think about your image.
For centuries, black women's bodies have been scrutinized, they've been picked apart, they've been deemed unworthy, they've been deemed inappropriate, and this is yet again an extension of that rhetoric. It's the hypersexualization of the black female body which has led to this very conversation.
See, and she doesn't even understand that it's not about the picture that she took. Like, after this video is done, I'm going to scroll down her Instagram page and see if she has pictures similar to this. And see if she has captions similar to that. I think it was the caption. I don't think it was the photo. Brands and companies get behind half-naked girls all the time now. I mean, look at like a Summer Rae, for example. Brands don't care if you half-naked, but using the N-word.
The only way someone else could deem this as inappropriate is if they projected their sexual desires onto me. Or if they projected their underlying judgments onto me, which is what we call prejudice. Now, typically I would brush that off and say that's a you problem, but it becomes a me problem because it threatens my livelihood, just the same way these systems of oppression have threatened the livelihood of black women for centuries. Furthermore,
and then there she goes comparing herself to black women like centuries ago. She's saying that, you know, this threatens my livelihood like it has black women for centuries, like it's threatened black women for centuries. I don't see the comparison. I don't see the reason to compare herself to anyone in the past. This is a 2022 problem. This is a 2022 problem, and it's not because she was black. It's just because of the language that she used in the caption. That's it. That's all it is. She could find another brand deal. Or she could just stop using that word in the captions, using it in her personal life. Whatever. But to go and make this a race issue, this is just the problem that I have. Everything is about race. Everything is about race. There's zero accountability. When you say that this happened to me because of my skin color, what you are doing is you're absolving all personal responsibility from yourself, putting it onto someone else and saying it's their fault. I'm a victim. I'm innocent. I did nothing wrong. And that's like counter to my philosophy. So
you want access to my audience, which is mostly black women, without actually having a full appreciation for black culture. Why is it that what's considered appropriate or professional is always adjacent to whiteness? You want the activist part of me that's articulate and intelligent, but that's just one side of my black girl magic. Because the other side of me knows how to turn up and throw this ass. And that's...
Turn up and throw this ass. What's magical about that, though? What's magical about that? The activist side, okay, like, kudos. But shaking your ass, like, what is magical about that? I don't get it. I don't understand.
That's what I'm gonna do. We don't have to separate who we are in order to please these companies. We don't have to erase or hide any aspect of our personality in order to get these bags. If you can't handle me at my back that ass up, you don't deserve me at my I have a dream.
Is that it?
I'd like to take a minute.
Yeah. She's saying we don't have to change. Just a little reminder, right? We all conform to our workplaces. It's not just about being black. It's not just about being an influencer. We all conform to our workplaces. Workplaces have a dress code. Workplaces have you got to be there at a certain time. It's certain language you can and cannot use. I'm talking about workplaces all over the place. This isn't This isn't just a her problem. Like, she's making, this isn't just a black people problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, some places might not want you to come in there with your hair hanging all down your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the army, they make you like shave your beard, they make you shave your head. But to just say that this is racism, or like, no, you didn't portray yourself in a good light. Find someone else, find another sponsor that doesn't mind you. Find a black sponsor. You know, you talk about white man this, white man that, oppression this. Why are you getting sponsored by white people? Find a black sponsor. Keep it in the community. I think black people need to do that more. But final thoughts. You have to be able to separate. When you're talking about being professional and professionalism, the N-word is not professional. It just isn't. You don't go to the workplace. That's locker room talk. That's private talk. You don't go into the corporate world. You don't go to your job screaming out the N-word. And now this isn't the corporate world. This isn't a job setting. It was just a caption and a picture. But to act dumbfounded and flabbergasted and I can't believe I lost my deal when she's saying the N-word is crazy. When she's saying the N-word, it's like the company that sponsored her said, okay, well, you know, we don't want to sponsor this. We don't want to be tied to this. And of course, everybody in the comments, you better speak. You're right, girl. Wow, this was so needed. Period. Speak, sis. Real loud. You got all the affirmation in the comments, you know, just people making her feel better about herself. And I mean, let's just go down the page. I don't need to look at all the captions and everything, but I mean, look, like this isn't about the hypersexualization of black bodies or nothing like this. She's half naked in all of these pictures. She managed to get a brand deal with all of these pictures she's been taking. So her whole argument is disingenuous because she didn't lose her deal because of her body being shown. You can hardly see anything in the picture. I mean, yeah, you can hardly see anything in the picture. It's not about her body. It's about the caption. It's about the caption. You know, in the same way people like this, you know, liberal people have no problem when a company will ban, when Instagram or Twitter or any one of these platforms will ban a conservative person because, you know what, it's their company. They can do what they want to do. The same rule applies to her. If a company doesn't want to back her, they don't have to back her no more. If they want to pull their sponsorship deal from her, they could do that. It's the company's choice. So let me just put that logic right back on it. But you know what, guys? That's it for the reaction. I think y'all heard me ramble for enough. Yeah, I don't know. This type of stuff just gets my blood boiling. I just hate it when black people can't take accountability. I hate it when anyone can't take accountability, but I'm black, so, you know, it hit home a little harder. But yeah, I'm gonna start keeping my Instagram and like TikTok tabs open because I think it's good stuff to react to on those platforms that I never do. I only react to YouTube stuff specifically, but that's gonna change. But that's it for the video today, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on your way out. Let me know what you want to see next. And until next time, peace.